Alright, we live?
Live.
Cool. Alright. Welcome, SRX viewers, to Saturday. So we are starting my solo run for Sentinels, the Multiverse, the video game. So, unlike the team game that I did with Lenofus yesterday, I am going to be fighting against a single villain instead of a team of villains, with a team that may or may not have been chosen by donations. First, who's the villain that I'm going to be fighting against? Cosmetron?
Omnitron 2.
So, Omnitron 2, aka Cosmic Omnitron, the variant of Omnitron from the base game. So, the variant basically changes the gameplay, though uses the same deck as the normal Omnitron. So this should be fun. Do I have a team or environment, or do I get to pick that?
Last time I checked, there was nothing for that.
No, that's for the variant. That was the variant bid war. It's all up to me? Alright.
So he's going to pick probably the most efficient team for this fight.
You know what? I'm going to have some fun with it. Since I get to choose my team and environment, we're going to do some Omniception. So we're going to take Omnitron versus Omnitron at Omnitron. Omnitron X being a Omnitron from the future, come back to the past to try and stop himself, and Omnitron 4 being the ruins of Omnitron trying to rebuild itself.
That difficulty is a lie. This environment is absolutely brutal.
This environment is very, very unfriendly with when you have Omnitron out, but it is actually beatable. All right, so for the other heroes, I'm actually going to take a competent team that can fight here. So essentially, I need a lot of villain ongoing control and environment control. So we definitely want Tempest, because Tempest is good at that kind of stuff. Let's see here. So another good
Parse?
one. Yeah, Parse actually, Fugue State Parse would be good because of her, because she's good at manipulating the villain deck and also clearing stuff.
Dopefish is judging you hard right now.
Oh, of course he is. Wait, I was trying to save Dopey. Alright, I see how it is. I see how it is. Alright, let's see. What would be another good one? Let's bring along Tachyon to keep us playing cards.
Gambler Tachyon.
Yep. And then our last one. So the other thing is, these are not very setup-heavy heroes because Omnitron has a lot of clears that make it a little rough to keep our stuff up. And for our last hero, as much as I want to bring Argent Adept, he's not really going to be very good here. Let's go ahead and scrap Skyscraper for sure. All right. Oh wait, no, we use Tempest on the team game. I'm going to use somebody different. All right, we got our team.
Yes, guys.
Yeah, we'll leave him at the end. All right, so. Because I didn't really get a chance to explain it yesterday, Sentinels of the Multiverse is the greatest team-based, fully cooperative superhero card game with fixed decks that you will ever play. It's also the only team-based, fully cooperative superhero card game with fixed decks you'll ever play. But that's not important. This game is awesome. Go play it. It was created by Greater Than Games about 5 years ago, I think. 5 or 6 years ago. The original game was only 10 heroes, 4 villains, and 4 environments, and has now expanded to a roster of over 20 heroes, over 20 villains, and some double-digit number of environments that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Sacred's loving your choice of guys right now.
Alright. But each hero has a variant available that is a way that changes the way they play. Like, this is the normal version of Parse. She just deals damage, and her deck is all about control and manipulation. Her variant Fugue State instead lets her play the bottom card of her deck, and if she discards a card that turn, which she does a lot of in her deck, she then can play the bottom card of another player's deck. So she's good for helping set up, or just dealing extra burst damage.
That setup's going to be real helpful for Omnitron X.
Yep, and actually, speaking of variants, we're going to take variant Skyscraper as well, because she's fun. Alright, anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So, are we ready? That's enough stalling, so the timer will begin when I hit start game. So at the beginning of every match, the hero and villain will, the lead hero and the villain will say something to each other. Because Omnitron and Omnitron X are nemesis to each other, they have special dialogue as opposed to the normal one. So, Omnitron, anomaly detected, complete system overwrite commencing. And then Omnitron X responds, second version encountered, action, prevent organic destruction, calculating odds.
Not very good odds, given where we are.
And here we go, in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so technically start game is the actual start of the game. So so the villain has a setup phase where they will play a certain number of cards from their deck. In this case, Cosmic Omnitron plays his components, or a certain number of components from his deck. Whenever you see the number here in a circle, that means the number of heroes minus a variable. In this case, we have a 5-hero game, so it's H minus 2 or 3. And certain actions will cause him to flip to his other side, where he does really mean things that we don't like. And he starts with his components. So we have the Disintegration Ray, which at the start of his turn deals damage to the hero with the highest health. Then we have the Railgun, which hits the 2 heroes with the highest health, and then another Disintegration Ray. So we're just taking a face full of damage right off the bat. So that's always fun. We'll have Tachyon take this hit.
Yeah, you want to spread the damage as much as possible. Yep. That is a good starting card.
That is a good starting card, because that's one of his reset buttons. We don't like reset buttons. They make things hurt. Alright, so, we already got a pretty decent opener, so let's go ahead and advance. Omnitron mostly focuses on energy damage as well as projectile and melee. We're actually going to switch Omnitron to his ablative clothing, which gives him protection from melee, projectile, and toxic. So that'll help keep him alive. And then Omnitron's base power is to look at the top card of a deck and either play it or discard it. So we're going to be looking at his own deck so that we can...
You want to trash that?
Yep, we definitely want to trash that. Because I was not paying attention to which Omnitron I was clicking on, and clicking on the villain instead of the hero.
Yeah, but that plating on Omnitron is pretty bad. It pretty much stops a certain type of damage until he's hit by something else.
Right, but we have a variety of damage with our heroes, a variety of damage types with our heroes, so it's not as bad. Alright, so Fugue State Parse actually has a pretty decent opener. Let's go ahead and use Syntactic Analysis. This lets her look at 2 cards of a player's deck, and they then get to choose to either play, draw, or discard them in any order. Alright, we've already got something nice. So we'll play this link. Skyscraper's thing is she has these links that do, that are basically like little mini debuffs or buffs that she can give to heroes or villains. More specifically, we're just going to put this on Omnitron and immediately blow it up for some damage. So the trick to Omnitron, he has these components that do really annoying things at the start of each of his turns. But if we deal enough damage to Omnitron, we break them.
That damage is 7, by the way.
Yes. If we hit 7 damage within a full turn round, then Omnitron's components break, and we get to go ham. But we have to be really careful about it, because Cosmic Omnitron, if his components, all of his components are gone, he will then flip to his sentient dropship mode and just start laying death from above. That's not exactly a good thing.
It's not going to be bad this turn. He did use a Hypersonic Assault, which will block all damage that Omnitron does for this turn.
Alright, so... And then this Gambler Tachyon, or Super Scientist Tachyon, it has the ability to... she can play the bottom cards of players' decks if they have the same type. I flipped 2 different types of cards, so they didn't happen.
That's why we call her Gambler Tachyon.
Oh, well, that's good. Alright, we'll put that into hand.
That's going to be helpful for the environment. That link he grabs stops the environment from hurting the heroes, but also helps the environment in hurting the villains. The problem is that this is Omnitron. He has a keyword of, I believe, drone.
Yep.
And this environment does not hurt drones.
Nope. Nope. Drones are bad. We don't like drones because they all like to key off of each other, and they get really big and annoying really quickly.
So this is your new favorite superhero, guys.
Oh, we got rid of an explosive.
That is a good one to drop. So yeah, that electric explosive he just dropped, that deals X damage, which is to all heroes, where X is its HP.
Also, I am mighty and fearsome, like the fabled alpaca. Because of Guise the Barbarian, this increases Guise's damage by 2 and causes him to scream like a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger impression.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it on stream, but there's a lot of amazing voicing that Guise does for here.
Yeah. Oh, look, we have another Guise the Barbarian.
It's especially good if you team him up with Arg and Adept.
Yes.
We are here to pump.
Alright, however, thanks to Omnitron 4 playing a component card, Omnitron will not flip this turn. So we get to have a turn of nice. Because I'm pretty sure that would have gone, we probably would have just almost instantly died had he flipped this turn, because he would have just vomited out a bunch of drones. Alright, let's see what's Parse got. Oh!
Yeah, we want that in play.
That is a snap decision to play.
That will always.
I'm sorry.
That will always help Parse to trigger the extra ability in her power.
Yep. And so we're gonna discard a card. Let's boost Skyscraper's damage. Sure. So the next time she deals damage is +1 thanks to critical multiplier. We'll play another critical multiplier, and then impossible shot, and we'll just keep going ham on the big robot. Oh, well, that seems fair. Alright, so now I get to use a power. Let's go Skyscraper.
Skyscraper's gimmick is that she will change sizes. So, just depends on what card she plays, and...
Oh, wait. That was not what I wanted. I'll try that again.
Yeah, this game has... Yeah, the digital of this game has a reset button where you can basically go back to another hero's turn.
Yes. Well, but you can only go back one hero turn. So, like, I could go back to Omnitron's turn, but no further. Once I go to Tachyon's turn, I can go back to Skyscraper's, but I can't go back to Omnitron. Alright, so we'll get back the Link from the trash. The reason why I wanted to play a Link was because it would have let me play Compulsion Canister, but because Omnitron can't deal damage right now, it wouldn't really do a whole lot. Yeah, we'll blow that up. Sure. And then just keep smacking Omnitron. Play the bottom card of a deck, so let's flip Omnitrons. Oh, that's going to be useful.
I was about to say, why didn't you put Unity in your team?
I should have. I really should have. But Omnitron does have some kind of nasty AoE, and Unity's bots are squishy. Alright, so let's go ahead and Eruption, and then Sonic Vortex. Oh, there's no burst. I should be paying attention to what I'm doing. No, I shouldn't. Yep.
And that's a good gamble right there.
Yep, here we go. Most of the cards in Tachyon's deck have the keyword burst, and she wants bursts in order to power up her other cards. Alright, so Compulsion Canister's not going to do anything this turn. So let's go... That's actually Monolith. So Skyscraper goes Giants, and she will absorb damage to heroes until end of turn.
One of the cards he's looking for Skyscraper is called Proportionalist. That has her do extra effects when she changes sizes.
And this and because I went Thorathian Monolith, this actually prevented Skyscraper's backlash damage from hitting the other heroes.
Should we boot Shy Guy out of here for all these puns?
I have guys on my team, whatever.
He's just saying that this villain drones on and on.
That is a good card for Guise. So, yeah, I'm that... Guise is a shapeshifter, kind of, limited.
This is a whole bunch of retcon going on here.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be able to do one of Guise's Easter eggs now. So anyway, Guise is a bit of a shapeshifter, so he can emulate other heroes.
Oh, that sucks.
Speaking of reset buttons, here's the other one.
Well, he loses all of his ongoings, but since he hypersonic assault, no damage was dealt, and that damage is a 6-2 everyone.
Yeah, it's a no bueno.
And that would have actually destroyed that deployment unit on Omnitron, since when he takes five or more damage,
5 damage in a single turn.
all of his components get destroyed.
It's projectile damage, so it would have been reduced by... Oh, no, it still would have been 5 because of the Nemesis bonus. As you can see, because Omnitron and Omnitron X are nemesis to each other, I get a blanket +1 damage whenever I deal damage to him. Alright, so let's play that card. And then time shift. Let's try and get Parse set back up. We don't need that.
His Parse's other ongoings, like Segmentation Fault, would destroy an ongoing, which is helpful if you're playing base Parse. But since we have Fugue State, we don't really need it.
Yeah, we can just cheat other characters' cards into play.
Mostly her other ongoings that have other powers are basically used as fuel for her snap decision.
Alright, so we're gonna take a baseball bat to this repair drone, because Omnitron does not need healing. And then we're gonna take... It's kind of a weak one, but whatever.
Yeah, I think the max on that that hit is 15.
Sounds right.
Or perhaps 25. Like, heroes have 40 cards in their deck.
Alright, so now Omnitron can deal damage again, which means Compulsion Canister. I put this on Omnitron. Omnitron now hits himself for 2, and then hits something else for 2. So I'm gonna get rid of his other drone. And then, let's go ahead and improvise a Link. Let's get the Hyperstimulator, put that on Omnitron. And then give the Microassembler to Omnitron, because Omnitron likes getting his equipment into play quickly.
That adds a power where you could just discard a card and he gets an equipment into play, and Omnitron has a lot of equipment we want to get into play.
Alright, so there really aren't that many.
Probably want to retcon that overcharge system.
Yeah. I'm just checking to see how many ongoings are actually in play. Alright, I'm actually going to do something fun.
Are you going for it?
Yep.
Really playing fast and loose with the time stream there, pal.
So, playing 3 retcons in a single turn makes guys comment. It was a bit of a waste, and I really shouldn't have done that, but you know what? It's the first time I've seen it, so... Alright, and we're just going to keep punching Omnitron, because punching Omnitron is the correct play. Uh-oh. This is bad. Oh, this is bad.
Canister?
Yeah. We'll let the canister... Or actually, we can let the Hyperstimulator go. This thing eats components and eats equipment, and it heals drones by doing so. Let's get rid of the Coil Blaster. Fortunately, we have enough components in play to keep Omnitron from flipping.
Omnitron X can't get those back. It's very easy for him to recycle his trash. Oh, dang.
Ow. Alright, so remember what I said about having components in play? I lied. Ow. Ow.
And
Oh,
terraforming on top of it.
This is bad. This is bad.
And complete wipe.
Oh.
Well, on the bright side, there are only 2 copies of those cards in his deck.
He's played both Flechettes and both Singularities, thankfully. But, ow.
The only real true bad one left, he has 1 more copy of Terraforming.
And Terraforming is probably the less dangerous. That's not gonna do anything. Well, actually, no. 0 is an amount of damage, so I'm gonna deal 1 damage to Omnitron. Thank you, Nemesis bonus. And I'm pretty sure everyone who plays Magic in the audience their eye just twitched. Alright, so...
Yeah, this is essentially a very more tame version.
There we go. Put that on the bottom of the deck, draw those 2 cards, and then we'll flip that into play. This lets me discard 3 cards.
And draw back twice as many.
And because I discarded a card this turn, I now get to play the bottom card of another player's deck. And I'm pretty sure another eye just twitched for everyone who played Magic. Alright, let's play Omnitron's card, try and get him set back up. Alright, healing.
Heal back all those big 6s you got hit by.
Oh, man, that was rough. Thankfully, Super Scientist Tachyon plays really well empty-handed. Oh, that's actually good. Let's draw some cards first. Oh, I have to lose.
Oh
What
my
is this? Who
God!
even shuffled this deck? I mean, what?
Fleet of Foot is Tachyon's best card, and he just threw all 3 of them. And has to drop 2 of them.
Is this even randomized? Alright, so now let's go ahead and start, let's just start punching things.
Say hello to Apache Chief.
Alright, get rid of that, and yeah, we'll throw out the Rathian Monolith. And do another wave of damage. Get rid of that last repair drone. Alright, so let's see, what ongoings do we even have out? We don't have anything out, so there's no point to, oh yeah, I'm that guy, there's no point to selling out. So let's just whack Omnitron with the type bar. And because Omnitron's still in play, guys gets to deal +1 damage the next time he deals damage. So let's draw a card, and deal 2 more damage to Omnitron. So now we have the internal defense grid. Whenever anything comes into play, that's not a device, it deals it to 1 damage. And then also, at the end of every turn, all non-devices take 2. Thankfully, Skyscraper has Rathian Monolith, so we just ignore it for a round.
That would normally hit the villain too, but again, keyword that villain... Ooh.
This is bad. This is bad.
Remember what we said about that bomb? Yeah, it's back. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Oh boy. Alright, so priority number 1 is getting rid of the bomb, because the bomb deals damage to all the heroes based on the amount of health it has left. So we need to clear that. Let's see. Alright, let's get extra chests out to protect Omnitron, and flip on Tachyon. Sure, let's play that.
You'll get the Fleet of Foot in play.
Yes, it will let me play Fleet of Foot, which out-of-turn card plays are always incredibly powerful, especially giving everybody extra cards to draw.
That quick insight's gonna help.
Yep. All right, so I got another card to play, so I'm gonna play Quick Insight.
That Synaptic Interruption is gonna be very helpful.
All right, so we can get rid of Sucker Punch, and actually yes. So, oh. That's tempting. So I can do something really fun. That's probably going to end up getting me killed, but...
So what that Synaptic Interruption does is, whenever Tachyon is dealt 3 or more points of damage from a single source, she can redirect that back at any target she wants.
Put that into play.
So I assume his strategy is to take the damage from that bomb and redirect it back at it.
Yeah. I mean, I could also use it to throw it at Omnitron, but that would be a bad idea and probably kill everybody else. Alright, well that was nothing.
Yeah, there weren't enough ongoings.
Alright, so we're going to skip our play, and I'm going to actually skip my power just to draw extra cards.
MST in chat pointing out that this is payback for yesterday going so well.
He's probably not wrong.
And this time you can actually blame Leno for this and not me.
Oh, here we go. That one. Alright. Let's take back Compulsion Canister.
And he's got
Hey, we got
Proportionalist.
Proportionist. And there's no more reset buttons. Alright, so...
That's why I did it.
We're just gonna look what I found, and we're not gonna mess around. We're gonna... I gotta get rid of this stupid thing. Hey! The most appropriately named card in the game.
The toy that you see guys holding and the one I'm holding behind Techno is actually Mr. Chomps, one of Unity's favorite toys.
Yes. Uh-oh.
The partial Omni drone is out. That's essentially the same as this grid, however, it can get up to 25 HP?
It can get up to 30. Max HP is 30.
Gets up to 30, and yeah.
All right, so we got the explosive down to 6. So we're gonna have it deal damage to guys first, and destroy the debilitator. Now we're gonna have it deal damage to Tachyon, and because of the synaptic interruption, I can redirect it. So I'm just gonna throw it right back at the at the explosive and get rid of it.
Yeah, where have those components been all day?
So let's do this guy and hit. We're just gonna go straight to the face. Face is the place. Smork, smork.
So he's gonna have to watch what damage he deals now because Omnitron does have the plating subroutine on.
Right, but I also do have multiple different types of damage that I can deal, so I can screw with that. All right. Oh, and we have fun time. We have happy fun to go time.
So yeah, defensive play. Yeah, what is it? What's it called again? All right, defensive blast.
So I discard a plating card, which was the only one in my hand, and if I do, for each type of damage reduced by a plating, which is currently 4, we have cold, fire, lightning, and energy. I deal 1 damage to all non-hero targets. So, and thanks to Nemesis bonus, it's now 2 damage. So, 2 cold. Gets rid of 2 fire, 2 lightning, and then 2 energy. Also, it completely laughs in the face of the adaptive plating subroutine. And this also gets rid of the partial Omnidrone, so we don't have to deal with that guy. Alright, so now let's go ahead get back Snap Decision. Updated intel, that's actually good. Whenever Omnitron plays a card, I can now peek at decks.
That's a good way to keep him from playing more of those reset buttons when he reshuffles.
Alright. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and thwack it. Experiment on Tachyon, and we have actually no, blinding speed is good. Blinding speed means we get rid of the adaptive plating, so we don't have to worry about switching up damage anymore.
Now would be a good time for the one card that I forget what it's called. One that deals more damage for the more bursts that are in your trash.
Yeah.
Lightspeed Barrage, I think is what it is.
Lightspeed Barrage.
Had to take a second.
Let's get rid of the defense grid. And then improvise. Grab back.
This is going to be fun if he pulls a size-changing card there. And I think he just pulled another Link.
Yes. We got a neutralizing resonator.
Oh,
So,
by the way,
didn't really do a lot.
guys just pulled the best card ever.
So, draw 2 cards. Deal 2 damage.
We have to do it.
Regain 1 health. And then you may throw your hands in the air and yell, "Woo!" And if you do, you get to play a card.
Guys is the least type out of all of us.
Alright. So let's do another gimmicky character. See if we can regain some health. We did.
You got rid of that one.
Alright, 1 HP is nice. And then let's do a blatant reference. Say what again? Again! Alright, let's... do I still... Oh no, I'm out of alpacas. Alright, so let's just draw. And keep hitting Omnitron. So, blatant reference allows me to discard cards at the end of each hero's turn to deal damage. So, let's deal some damage.
This is a lot more effective if you would have had Guys the Barbarian on.
Yes, it is. But free damage is still damage.
Resource Recycler can actually help us.
It can. So now the question is, let's get the Pursuer back. Because that one doesn't eat components. Ooh, the interpolation beam. That is pretty bad. I'm going to peek at the bottom of Karst's deck, and we'll put that on top. All right, Automaton Drone, and let's peek at Omnitron's deck now.
Put that on top.
Nope, we're gonna keep that on the bottom.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Ow, that was a big hit. All right, so let's first tag Omnitron for some damage. Heal Skyscraper because she kind of needs it. Heal Tachyon and heal Guys, because he kind of needs it too. Let's place through time. And then we're going to peek and parse, throw that into play, and let's get rid of that Techno Pursuit.
Yeah, that card only comes into play if there's 2 environment or 2 villain ongoings in play.
Draw a card. So, because the Interpolation Beam, Omnitron would have taken damage, but thanks to his plating, it's energy damage, so it's reduced by 2, so he takes nothing. Alright, then we're going to keep shooting Omnitron, and we'll reset. Reshuffle trash into the deck, draw a card, and then I may play another card. Oh look, the draw doesn't do anything because I'm protected. No, that... Self-sabotage. This is fun. I get to destroy components.
Which includes the villain and environment components.
Yep. And my own components if I so desire, which I will not. And then for each component destroyed this way, I deal twice that much damage to one target. And thanks to Nemesis bonus, I can deal 5 damage to Omnitron. I don't have a plating. Ah! Tragedy. Alright. That's fine. This is fine. I know what I'm doing. Alright, let's get rid of this Reveal the Flaws to Targeting Arrow Omnitron, so he's going to take even more damage now.
That damage buff is going to last until the start of Parse's next turn.
Yep. Which means that if I get another plating for Omnitron before then, he's going to deal a lot of damage.
3, 4 times for 12.
Yep. Also, if your deck ever runs out, you don't lose the game. You just reshuffle your trash into your deck, because you don't lose because you ran out of cards. You lose because the villain dropped the moon onto the earth. Thank you, Baron Blade. Alright, Research Grant is fine. Gives Tachyon something to do when she doesn't want to... Alright, let's get rid of Selling Out. And keep shooting Omnitron, because now we have a damage bonus. Lightning Reflexes into Nimble Strike on Omnitron.
There's the high-speed barrage.
Yeah.
18.
So, 18. Make
to
that
19.
Thank you, Targeting Arrow. And flip the bottom 2 cards. Oh, alright. Well, Blinding Speed. Do I even have anything to destroy? No, just hero stuff.
Except the slip through time.
Yeah, might as well blow it up. It's going to blow itself up at the start of turn anyway, so... And then keep whacking Omnitron. Alright, we are actually getting really close. He's only got 8 HP left, so... Well, make that 6.
Make that 6.
Alright, not gonna destroy anything. Sorry, did I say 6? Make that 3. Get rid of that guy.
And... yeah, maybe get ready, because this might do it.
Yep. So we'll play Microassembler, put that on Omnitron, sure. Whatever.
Yep, it's over.
Alright.
Get ready on time.
So, Parse now switches to her tiny card and makes 1 hero do 2 projectile damage. So, just for fun's sake, we'll have Omnitron do it. And because of Nemesis and Targeting Arrow, he's going to deal 4 damage. So, time in 3, 2, 1... hold on. Time. All right. What was the time?
That's right. 27:57:91. Very good. Very good.
Casual hour underestimate.
No problems. No problems. We appreciate your run and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. Up next we have.
Well, actually, since I have time, let me do a quick one. I have one other quick one. So, meet Wager Master.
Cool.
So this game can go one of 2 ways. It can go very long, or it can go very dumb. And the reason why I say that is because Wager Master is capable of ending the game before the heroes even take a game action.
And that goes for both winning and losing.
No. We're just going to play through the first turn to see if we can get an instant game over. Now, this instant game over can be a win or a loss. So, it all depends on what he flips. Alright, so here we go.
Wager Master is essentially the villain version of Guys.
Yes. He is actually Guys' nemesis. It's time to play some games. Can you win before you all die? So fun! You're in my crosshairs. Can't imagine this will go well for you. That was the complete wrong voice for a female. All right, so
It's
Wager Master's whole
expatriate,
thing
I think
is
it
he has
fits.
these things called what are they? Conditions that change the context of the game. They can change the turn order. They can change the order of phases in playing. They change the conditions for victory or loss. So we have the wagelings. We have losing to the odds.
That is an instant win one.
And we have an unwise wager. And then we have a burning sense of failure. Whenever a condition is... so actually, this is not an instant win, unfortunately.
The instant win would be...
If Argent Adept had been an odd HP hero, we would have instantly won. Because, so, losing to the odds says at the end of the villain turn, if all heroes have an even HP and less than their starting HP, the heroes win, period. Wagelings hits all heroes for 1 damage. So if all 3 of them had odd starting health, they would have been at even HP, less than their starting health, and the game would have been over. So, oh well. Alright, so that's all that I wanted to show. Alright. But thank you for letting me demonstrate that.